Well, I don't actually remember a time in my life when I didn't want to be a pilot. I don't know where it came from, but from a very young age, probably 2 years old or less, I was running through the house with my arms outstretched, making airplane noises, and I just knew I always wanted to fly.
I got involved in aviation, I think the day I was born. My father, George, who was born in 1918, was always a fan of airplanes and aviation, and as a young boy, he built models of all the airplanes of the day.
Out of high school, I just got my motorcycle license. Then I figured I'm going to start collecting licenses. So one day, I just decided to come to the flying club and just see what it's all about.
I think my passion for flying is whetted by the fact that every trip is different. I've flown now for over 60 years and have accumulated thousands of flying hours, having spent 32 years as a military pilot. And the simple fact, I think, that after all that time, that I still enjoy going up in an airplane and enjoying the fun of flying and the challenge of trying to do it right has never left me.
The pilot's first solo is probably one of the most exciting moments in his life. When you're on your first solo, it's all up to you. You look next to you in the seat that was always occupied by your flight instructor. Suddenly you're alone and you do a circuit all by yourself. And the feeling that you get is just incredible, especially when it's all over. I joined the Windsor Flying Club in 1971 when I was 16 years old and wanted to learn how to fly. I just felt welcomed here. I knew that they had what I wanted, and that's why I joined the Windsor Flying Club.
I got my license in 1947 with the Windsor Flying Club as an air cadet, while my aspirations were to become a pilot in the Canadian Air Force.
One gentleman even showed up with a CF-18 to visit me here. So he went from his first flight experience at the Windsor Flying Club with me to being a member of the Canadian Armed Forces. So you can see how a career can develop from the Windsor Flying Club.
The moment we went up, I decided I'm going to pursue a career in flying. Eventually, I would want to become a pilot to fly skydivers.
The Windsor Flying Club is actually the hub of the general aviation community here at the Windsor Airport. Primarily because we have more airplanes than any other organization on the field. And also because of our long history. We go back to September of 1944 and have been providing flight training continuously since that time.
And I always think I'm extremely privileged to live in Windsor because I think the location of the Flying Club, it cannot be better.
I think the Windsor Flying Club offers a great many things. Flying, of course, is the main thing that it offers to its members. However, there are many things more than that involved with flying. And the Flying Club gives the opportunity to let people socialize within the flying community. It's a known fact that pilots, whatever their status in life, whether they be a caretaker of a building or a noted neurosurgeon, they all, when they have a love of flying, they are all on the same plane.
So if you think you have an interest in aviation, come on out to the Windsor Flying Club. We'll put you in the airplane with an instructor. You'll get to fly the airplane for yourself, and you'll get to experience the joy of slipping the surly bonds. This could be the start of your career as a pilot.
Our teacher went up and down the rows asking each of the 30 students in the class what they wanted to be when they grew up. I always said the same thing. I want to be a pilot.